Hello students, today we will do second part of the chapter, that is manufacture of ammonia by Haber's process. So in big industries, ammonia is manufactured by Haber's process. This is whole setup as you can see, and in this process what we do, we react 1 volume of nitrogen with 3 volume of hydrogen. This is a reversible process to get 2 volume of ammonia. And in this particular process the appropriate temperature is 450 to 500 degree Celsius and the pressure should be 250 atm. We are also using a catalyst. The catalyst is finely divided iron and we use a promoter here, that is molybdenum. So catalyst, we all know what is catalyst, a chemical which speed up the reaction. Here it is speeding up the reaction. And molybdenum, it is promoter here. Promoter, they help the catalyst to do their work properly. Okay, so this is the whole reaction. Whenever your Haber's process is asked, you have to write everything. Now we'll see how it actually happens in industries. So we are having this setup. So from one side we take 1 volume of nitrogen and from other side we take 3 volume of hydrogen. Nitrogen we get from air. We know air contains 78% nitrogen, so we can just obtain it from air by fractional liquefaction. And then hydrogen we can obtain from the Bosch process, where we are obtaining hydrogen from coal gas. We have done it in class 9. Now we will compress both the gases in compressor and we will put it in the circulating pipe here. Inside the circulating pipe, from the circulating pipe it goes to catalyst chamber. The catalyst chamber, it is maintained at a temperature of 450 to 500 degrees Celsius and 250 atmospheric pressure. So the reaction which I have written it here, this reaction it takes place in catalytic chamber where we are having iron and molybdenum. Now once ammonia is formed, it is still heated and the process is exothermic. We need to remember this process is exothermic. So we need initial heating. Initially we'll be heating it to 450 to 500 degrees Celsius and after that the outside heating is stopped. Because it is an exothermic process and the heat energy which is released during the process, it is enough to continue the process. So now since our gas ammonia formed and the leftover nitrogen and hydrogen, they are hot, we need to put it inside the cooling chamber. It will go inside the pipe and this cooling chamber, it contains a cooling liquid which will go through it. It will cool this gases inside the pipe and the liquid, when it becomes little hot, it can come out from this side. Now our gases are cooled, but we are having only 15% ammonia. So this 15% ammonia, we can collect it. How we can collect ammonia? There are 2 ways to collect ammonia. The first way is ammonia can be easily liquefied. So we will liquefy, ammonia will be liquefied and we can collect liquid ammonia, and nitrogen and hydrogen left in the process, it can be recirculated back. It will be compressed here and then it will be recirculated back again in the catalytic chamber. Other process by which we can get ammonia is dissolving it in water. Ammonia is highly soluble in water, but neither nitrogen nor hydrogen is soluble in water. So we will be getting ammonia. So there are 2 ways how we can obtain ammonia from this process. Okay. So once this process is over, what we can do? We'll go to the next part of the chapter. We'll see this thing. Already I have told you all the things there only, but you see, this is the reaction. You can see reversible reaction. It is an exothermic reaction. Favorable condition is 450 to 500. The pressure is 200 to 250. Finely divided iron is catalyst. Molybdenum or aluminum oxide is promoter. Only 15% gas is changed into ammonia. Rest is recirculated back. And by recirculating it again and again, we can just get 98% ammonia. In one go we can only get 15%, but if we just recirculate the unused nitrogen and hydrogen, finally we'll be getting it 98%. Okay, how we can collect ammonia? We can collect it by liquefaction. We can liquefy it easily. Nitrogen, hydrogen cannot get liquefied easily. Otherwise we can absorb it in water. Ammonia is highly soluble in water, but nitrogen and hydrogen, they are very slightly or almost insoluble in water. Okay. Now this is the flow chart for the process. What we did there: 1 volume of nitrogen, 3 volume of hydrogen. It goes to compression pump. Then it goes to catalytic chamber where this particular reaction takes place. From catalytic chamber it goes to condenser pipe. We can collect ammonia here, and the leftover nitrogen and hydrogen, it is recirculated back to compression pump, from where it goes again to the catalytic chamber. Now for this particular reaction, why we take temperature of 450 to 500 and pressure of 200 to 250 atm. Actually this is a reversible reaction, and the reversible reactions are always favored by low temperature and high pressure. But it is seen that if we take very low temperature, the process goes very slowly. So a optimum temperature of 450 to 500 degree was found appropriate. Now high pressure. High pressure favors this particular reaction. So the pressure between 200 to 900, anything can be taken. So practically a 250 atm pressure is used. Catalyst and promoter, already I have told you, it is iron and molybdenum. Now when we are doing this particular reaction, one thing we need to keep in mind, that is our hydrogen and nitrogen, what we have taken, that hydrogen and nitrogen, it should be pure. If you are having any impurities in hydrogen and nitrogen, like we may have impurities like carbon dioxide, hydrogen sulfide, etc. So if any impurity will be there, it will poison the catalyst and you will not get desired result. I hope this is clear. Now this is index question. Do this index question in your book itself and ask me in case of any doubt.